Well, good morning again. January 27th, it says on my computer screen there. Almost unbelievable, but it's the day, so you gotta believe it, right? Well, it's Friday. Crazy Friday. Some people call it Free Fall Friday. All kinds of names for talk shows and blogs and all these kind of things for Friday. And I had a couple ideas that I was going to talk about. And then during my journaling and devotions, I came across a scripture that piqued my interest and got me involved in a principle or law that I want to talk about. And trust me, I could talk about this for a long time, so I got to see if I can squeeze this into 5 to 10 minutes this morning. So let's dive right in. And that is the law of stewardship. Now, again, this is an old law. Everything I'm teaching and talking about in these videos, this is nothing new. As the old wise man Solomon said, there is nothing new under the sun. Sometimes we have to be reminded. One of the apostles says, I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance. So I'm reminding you of principles that have been passed down for thousands of years. The law of stewardship. What is a steward? And as we go through this, you're going to see me looking down because I wrote some brief notes this morning to keep my thoughts concise and to the point. What is a steward? Well, let me read it to you. A steward, according to what they wrote in the Bible, is a manager of a household, manager of a farm, a manager of a city, someone who takes care of things for somebody else. What do they manage? They manage the goods, the finances, the wages, the equity, and the growth of that thing. The household, the farm, the city, whatever. Okay? So, I want to bring this down to today, 2017. What is a steward today? Everyone. No, I can't make it any simpler than that. Why? If you are a business owner, if you are a house owner, if you are an apartment renter, if you have a job, everyone is a steward. And I could go beyond that, but we'll stick to that this morning. Everyone is a steward. Everyone has a responsibility to manage the equity and the responsibility to manage the growth and what else do we got here? The goods that they're working with right now. If you work on a construction site and you're a flag person, probably one of the most important jobs, but then it's also one at the bottom of the totem pole on the construction site, next to a laborer. What do you manage? You manage the flag or the sign that you're holding. You manage the people in the lineup. You manage the flow of traffic for one purpose: keep everyone safe and traffic moving. You're a steward. Okay. That goes to every single employment position and management position and ownership position in every business worldwide. And again, I don't have time to get into all the examples and blah, blah, blah. We're already at over 4 minutes into this. What does the law say? It is required. Did you hear that word? It is required of stewards that they be found faithful. You want to be a steward, which is a good employee, a good manager, a good business owner. Not a lousy one, a good one. It is required that they be found faithful. What does faithfulness mean? Well, faithfulness It means to be trustworthy, to be willing to do their duties well, to be reliable. Honestly, I'll look back on myself real quick here. I have not always been faithful. I have not always been reliable. I have not always been trustworthy. I've had a few jobs in my life before I was a business owner, and there were times I had to be pulled into the office and say, listen, your work is not great. You're not getting the things, you're not understanding what needs to be done. Buck up or get out. So I bucked up and I learned the steps, I learned the road. Here's one example. Worked at Day and Ross on the docks in St. John's. I was a great worker. I got pulled in the office for this. You're not learning the routes fast enough. To my defense, St. John's and Mount Pearl, there's a lot of streets. And you had to memorize all of them and know what trucks they were supposed to go on. Same thing with the same day dock. They're all connected. Learn the routes, put the shipments on the backs, on the trailers. So, manager took me in and said, listen, you're doing great work, but you can't be asking us all the time where stuff goes. So what did I do? I got the map, I wrote down all the routes, memorized all the streets, and within 2 weeks, I had it all. I was doing great. Every now and again, there would be a street that I would forget about, but it's fine. Stewards must be faithful, trustworthy, must be willing to do what it takes to get the job done. Now, I want to talk about this word found. To be found faithful. This is important, folks. This is a principle, a life principle. You want to be the employee of the month. This is what's going to take. You want to get a raise. This is what it's going to take. Found faithful. To be perceived as faithful, to obtain faithfulness. Let me put it another way. When the boss goes through the roster and your name comes up, the thought that goes through his mind is, this guy does a good job. The boss needs to find you, think of you, and see you as being trustworthy. Not when your name comes across his desk, he shouldn't go like, well, let's give him another chance. That, my friends, is not being very faithful. Quickly now, let's move on to something else here. So I got into this morning. I said, well, what's this principle all about? I've studied it before, but because I'm trying to become a faithful manager of my own business or businesses, I'm trying to become, have the mindset of someone that can operate big operation. I looked up some other stuff. A steward, a servant, someone who is working for someone else also needs to look at life this way. To be someone who is giving their employer honor. To treat them with respect. And to treat their job with honesty and sincerity. Too many employees have a mindset of being self-serving. They're only there for the money. That is not being a good steward. What do you mean, Fred? It's not being good. Of course every employee is there just for the money. Let me put it to you this way. I'm a business owner and I've dealt with a couple of employees. Some good and some not so good. To me, a good employee is this, and it's not so much about the experience, it's not so much about the education. Number 1, willingness to learn. Number 2, treating the job like what it is. Something that will give me the ability to support my family. And if I treat it that way, I will treat it with respect, and the more I treat it with respect, I will do better at it. I will help grow the company, I will help grow the position I'm in, and I will get better at it. I will go up the ladder of success. If you just do minimal work, you will get minimal results. So, as stewards, everybody is a steward. We have to focus. We have to realize this job is not necessarily going to be here tomorrow. If I want it to be here tomorrow, what do I have to do today to come back tomorrow? What do I have to help my manager, my boss, my owner of this company, what do I have to help him do to succeed so that I can succeed? None of us are in this alone. We're all helping someone else succeed. We're all helping each other succeed. And when we can get that through our heads, our life is going to change drastically. So I've gone a little bit over time, but I think this is important. The law of stewardship. We are required to be found faithful. It needs to be a choice, though. I choose today to be a trustworthy, reliable manager of the goods, services, finances, equity, and growth that have been put into my care. Will you? Will you make that commitment today? I hope you do. We'll see you again on Monday, and we'll see what we're going to talk about next week. Got a couple ideas, but I got to work them out, so it's going to be a secret. See you Monday.